This video will open a lot of you guys' minds, especially for those who've been thinking about meme pages, actually. And Instagram is far from over. You know, I know a lot of you guys always keep saying this in my comments, but it's actually not. It's actually not in so many different aspects not. Because recently, no one other than music conglomerate Warner Music Group has acquired a company called IMGN Media, which is mostly known for their meme page called The Con, which has more than 15 million followers. And well, the whole company does nothing else than to create memes for Instagram, mainly Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, and stuff like this. And let's talk about what this whole thing means. This $85 million that they paid for more or less these meme pages. What this whole thing means for Instagram and for the meme page sphere in general. Yeah, this is what we're gonna talk about today. My name is Dominic. Cue the intro. Welcome back, my friends. My name is Dominic, and let's hop right into the article, which says why Warner Music Group just paid $85 million for a company that makes Instagram memes. You know, just simply that alone. I would have not thought about that a year ago, because, you know, let's just name it how it is. Instagram has not really liked the idea of meme pages. They never really supported this whole thing, you know, especially with the recent news of the recent video that I put out a week ago, which you should watch, that they don't really like curated content, and mostly because of what they're trying to do themselves, Instagram, mainly this social media hub, where they have all these different sources of social media coming in with the Instagram monetization feature, which we're still waiting for mostly. Obviously, with meme pages, intellectual property rights and stuff like this, it's kind of hard to put ads in front of those meme pages, which is why I think Instagram doesn't want to push meme pages as they should. Because what do meme pages actually do? Yeah, they curate things, but they also make their own viral content because of other people's content. And if you just this definition alone, just think about Instagram. They actually do the same thing. They don't make content themselves. They just drive. They get their ad revenue that they already get because of Instagram ads and stuff like this, just because of other people's content. So why they don't like meme pages? You know, it's beyond my scope of understanding. But yeah, just a little side note here. Anyway, let's go over the article here really quick. And here's the thing, not a lot of people have actually reported on this whole merger or whatever you might call this, because it's mainly about the music industry, which in my opinion, it's actually not. You know, some music industry giant bought this out, but it doesn't really necessarily have to do with the music industry, because I just lost my Bluetooth here. Because Warner Music Group announced the acquisition of IMGN Media on Friday. It's been a month ago. We kind of slipped on that again. And the price of the buyout, sources close to the deal tell MBW, Music Business Worldwide, it was in the region of $85 million. And, you know, if you think this is a very abstract number, yeah, it's quite a lot. If you take a look at the Beggars Group, home of XL Recordings, 4AD, probably some music groups that I have no idea about, it's roughly around the same that all of these things did together in 12 months. Now, this Decon Instagram account, which is followed by quite a few people, including Justin Bieber I saw somewhere, and Joe Rogan even, and my friend Michael. Looks pretty simply set up, you know, just looks like just a very regular meme page that anybody could do, but it's actually not. There's actually a lot more to that than just, you know, reposting things. Now let's take a look at what IMGN Media is actually doing, you know, the company behind the con. And if you think about it, you know, if you think right now, wow, this is just a huge company doing these huge things. No, it's actually not. This Decon guy is the guy who runs this content, you know, who runs this account. There's just one person, and I did some digging. I found an interview that was about 3 years ago of this Decon guy actually talking about that he runs this whole thing by himself, but he's had two partners starting this whole thing up. You know, these two people who were the founders of comedy.com, who became the founders of IMGN Media. So, you know, while this is a huge company, it was basically, you know, started by just one or three guys in who knows where, with just some simple memes. We're going to get into why it's actually not super simple. Now, what they do, and this is the big thing that I want you to understand right here. If you're like, wow, I'm growing a meme account. You know, a lot of you guys reach out to me saying, yeah, I grow meme accounts, stuff like this. There's actually way more behind it than to reshare content, because what they do is a lot more than just reposting content. And let me just hop into my iPad to actually make you understand this a little bit more, because I think a lot of you guys don't really understand the scope of what's behind running a successful meme page. Hint, it's actually a lot more work and a lot more sophisticated than you guys might think. Because let's take a look at a traditional meme page. And this is traditional meme page in the sense of what you guys sent to me in the account reviews and stuff like this. What a lot of you guys want to do on your site as a side gig or something like this. Basically, you have one meme page that just curates other memes, other stuff. You're just sitting at home searching for memes that you could repost, and that's about it. And this is why I always say, by the way, a meme page is really hard. It's really hard to do something really good out of it. And that's the way it is, because a lot of you guys are in for the money. Obviously, everybody's in for the money kind of in a way. And you start a meme page and you're like, okay, I have, let's say, 1,500 followers or 3,000 or 5,000 followers or whatever. Now I kind of want to make money. And what a lot of people do then is they start to take on, shout outs. You sell shout outs, bad quality shout outs, because obviously, if you have just curated content, just, normal content that everybody else could have, and not so many followers, you're going to attract those very bad quality advertisers of their bad products, of just some bad thing, or just shout out of other accounts. And what you're going to notice really quickly is, you're going to be like, okay, yeah, I can sell shout outs, even though I don't have that many followers. I can sell between 30 and 50 bucks, 70 bucks, 100 bucks, whatever. And they're going to see that they can make, $1,000, 500 to $1,000 really easily with just these meme pages for a short amount of time. And you're going to start to spam these shout outs and, stuff like this on your meme page, which means you're going to annoy your followers. Something is missing. You're going to lose relevancy, which means people are not going to engage with you anymore, which means you're going to, engagement drop. You're going to lose engagement. And you know what this means. Blip. You're going to lose engagement, means you're not going to be able to grow anymore. And then there's that. You're in this weird space of losing engagement, trying to get money, because 500 to $1,000, for example, every month is quite nice. But you're constantly chasing this money, and things are going downhill. And after a few months to a year, you're going to be at the start, and it's even going to be harder to grow from there, because things get harder every day. Now, this is what usually meme pages do, and that's it, or some some drop shipping, whatever. Now, let's talk about what this IMGN media does, or professional, the pro meme pages. First of all, they have a whole conglomerate of different meme pages. That's the first thing. Like they say, they have one thing that's just specifically geared for gamers, for example. Yeah, that means gamers. Or the con, or ASMR stuff, or some other things. Basically, a whole bunch of different things, all scattered throughout all social media channels, not only Instagram, but TikTok, Snapchat, just to serve the target audience, which in their case is mainly Gen Z people. So for example, let's say TikTok falls out of the place, which happens right now in the US. They still have Instagram and Snapchat, for example, to feed their content to. And what they do is they generate whole campaigns, marketing campaigns, big marketing campaigns, and feed them to the audience with not just curated content, but like they say right here, algorithmic curation, trends analysis with real marketing behind. They see, okay, for example, this is a trend that's going on right now. We can repurpose this content, cut it together, and create something out of that might go viral, and they're gonna start a huge campaign, and they're gonna feed it to all those different meme pages, whatever. It's a lot better than just selling some shoutouts and stuff like this, because first of all, because it's viral worthy, and it usually goes viral, they're gonna grow organically, like big time. They can feed all of their followers between each other. It gets reshared, so the organic growth starts to happen. Plus, people are not fed up because it does not seem like it actually is a ad. It's what we call, native ads. An ad that actually does not really seem like an ad because it still gives value to the audience. In this case, memes that people want to consume. And then, for example, they hear an amazing song in the background where they're like, wow, oh, this is a nice song. Let me just, check this out on Spotify. And this is nothing else than Warner Music wants to do. Mainly taking those meme accounts, basically the con meme account, and getting data from that. Getting all the data from the Gen Z people to actually figure out, okay, what kind of content could we make to actually, for example, shoot this new single to? And people are gonna, like that. They're gonna boost their streams and whatever. And this is, first of all, something really interesting because usually the music industry is very far behind. They used to blame the internet a long time for their declining record sales. Seems like some people have finally caught up to that. Now, let's take a look at actually how these things look like. Because I'm sure now some of you might be a little bit motivated to do similar stuff. So for example, in this case, EA. And here's something really interesting that a lot of you guys should write behind your ears. They wanted to drive social conversation around the release of Battlefield 5. And IMGN published a conversational meme video featuring the Battlefield 5, emphasizing how real the new game it is, knowing fans will discuss and debate this. There's just so much more than just reposting stuff like this. And the end result looks super simple. This is what the end result looks like. But it actually looks really realistic here. This really looks realistic, people. So, they knew the target audience would talk about this, share this, say, wow, it looks really realistic, because they also plant something in their heads, some notion in their heads beforehand, and make people, talk about something like this. And there's just one post, almost 3.5 million video views, just with one post. And this just shows the potential behind meme pages, behind Instagram actually still. Now, what does this whole deal mean for the Instagram world / the meme page world right now? First of all, I think this whole thing will set a precedent for a lot of things to come in terms of meme pages. Maybe even Instagram will start to give them more attention right now because they kind of see the value that they have. Second of all, I think it will also set a precedent of how much an Instagram page is actually worth. Because, let's just say this Deconstructed has 15 million followers. Doesn't sound like too much, but just shows how much you can actually, make more than those $85 million with probably just this Deconstructed account themselves. Not only because of the data, but also because of, campaigns that you could do with EA. And this video alone probably cost them $1 million or something like this. So, just crazy. Now, what I think will happen is there's more brands will kind of catch on to that train. And there's been brands that have been doing this with TikTok Musically, stuff like this back in the days already, kind of slowly starting with a marketing like this. But slowly, brands' awareness will shift towards meme pages and stuff like this a lot more. But it's actually way harder than people might think, because it's not just about, like I said, just about curation or reposting. No, there's a whole lot more thing going on. You have to analyze trends. You have to know how your target audience actually behaves. You have to know what kind of content actually gets your target audience to respond, to engage with you. And just this insight alone could help you out even if you don't have a meme page. For example, you have a personal page. It's the same principles that apply to you, how you could grow your account in this style a lot better. Thing is, it's a whole long process, a really long process. Like I said, the example of people usually growing a meme page, just one meme page, and then, kind of try to monetize them as early on as possible. That's not the best idea to do. For example, if I were you, you wanted to grow a meme page right now, kind of do the similar style as IMGN Media does. Different styles, really different styles, different meme pages, different accounts, and different editing and content styles, so that actually they know, well, this is a Decon meme. This is a video that's made by you, for example. So people actually get a feel for that. And you could actually speak to your target audience, which is, by the way, thinking about it right now, a huge chapter and a huge big point. Not only one chapter, but multiple things within my free training down below about growing an Instagram account. It's basically applicable, like we see right here, about everything. Meme pages, personal pages, whatever. If you're motivated right now, be cool, wait it out, grow it, wait it out. Don't take every sponsorship opportunity that you have on your hand for, to make $500, $1,000 per month. You could make a whole lot more if you continue just to drive good content, to build a relationship with your audience along the way. And maybe it takes a year or 5, but then you have, let's say, 85 million in your bank account as opposed to 20,000, that's kind of a big thing, big gap. If you don't know that. Anyway, you can learn to do this actually in this free training that I have down below, and obviously also in these videos here. Anyway, this has been it for this week, I guess. My name is Dominik. Comment down below what you think about these things. Yeah, I just have to say this probably for the algorithm. Comment down below, and I'll see you in a couple of days. I'm still moving, I'm still moving, but there's gonna be another live stream pretty soon with some new setup that I'm building next week. So if you have a meme page or something like this, hit the notification bell or something like this, because we're going live here on YouTube pretty soon, where I will, go over your accounts and trash your accounts to the ground because it's super harsh edition. Anyway, my name is Dominik. I'll see you in a couple of days. Thanks a lot, people. Bye-bye.